Overwatch 2 patch notes November 14, 2023, also known as the Roadhog Rework in Overwatch 2. Hero updates Roadhog. Developer comments. The broad goal of the Roadhog rework was to improve his frontline presence on the battlefield as a tank hero and reduce the frustration enemy players had with how consistently deadly his hook combo has been in the past. Okay, I'm scared. Roadhog's previous scrap gun primary and secondary fire have been reworked into one primary fire shot that is still most effective at close range, but also deals more reliable damage from further away now. Okay. His take-up breather has been changed to a resource-based ability and has been moved to secondary fire for a more convenient control scheme. I think this is how Bastion was in Overwatch 1. It can be used more frequently, but will need to recharge its resource over time, increasing its flexibility as a tanking tool and making it not as easy to counter. I like resource-based abilities, excited to see what they did with this. He now has a new ability called Pigpan, which is a deployable trap that activates when enemies are nearby, dealing damage and slowing them. How big is this? This enables Roadhog to have control over a wider area. Okay, so I assume it's pretty big. With a little bit of pre-planning can be used to either help protect his allies or further enhance the effectiveness of his hook combo. So wait, what is it saying? Enhance the effectiveness. Hook somebody into the Pigpan. Okay. At first glance, this sounds interesting. Definitely a little bit more complicated than before. Let's go over the numbers though. Scrap gun. So they said that you can only press left click once and then that's it, I guess. So no more primary, no more secondary fire functionality. This one has been removed. Before this, you would left click short range, right click mid to long range. Right now, you just have left click. Scrap gun. Previous secondary fire functionality has been removed. Total damage per shot increased from 150 to 160. Shotgun pellet count reduced from 25 to 16. Shotgun pellet damage increased from 6 to 6.25. Now fires a shrapnel volley of 4 large projectiles in the center of the shot. So wait, they literally combined them. Each shrapnel projectile deals 15 damage, and critical damage multiplier reduced from 2 to 1.5. So the scrap gun rework, I think it's going to be a little bit easier to use from how they said that they changed it. A little bit more intuitive to use because you don't have like left click and right click. You only have like one possibility of shooting with his gun, obviously. I love the fact that they combined this, but I don't know number-wise. I feel like heroes with pellets, with shotguns, until you hop in game to actually see where you should put your crosshair depending on the hitbox of the hero that you want to shoot at or like you want to hook. I don't know if this is sufficient to do one shot, if you need 2 shots, if you need 3 shots, do you shoot before, do you hook, do you whatever. I'm pretty sure that you cannot one shot with hook plus scrap gun with these numbers. We're going to have to wait and see. But definitely you will probably be able to secure a kill if you pull them into Pigpen. So I think it's going to be like shoot a little bit, hook into Pigpen, shoot once, maybe twice. So the time to kill is probably increased. But again, still maintaining the same functionality of Roadhog being really good close range, okay-ish mid-range for poke, but long range he's still not going to be a threat, still going to be walking at you. Just his farting will probably scare you away from time to time, depending on what he had last night. Take a breather. Now activated by holding secondary fire. Okay, this is resource meter, they said. Cooldown for each use decreased from 8 seconds to 1 second. A new resource meter has been added. This meter will deplete while Take a Breather is active and then recharge when it's not in use. So, resource meter is kind of like how Farah can use her hover. Okay, like that thingy on the right side. And I also think Mercy has it when you GA to somebody. Take a Breather requires 12 seconds to reach full charge from empty, so you're being penalized if you're using it. You go on a full cooldown of 12 seconds if you don't do your resource management accordingly. At a full charge, Take a Breather can heal up to 450 health over 3 seconds. So it's over time, it's not instant. This is how it has always worked for him. But this is a lot. Take a Breather will now remain active as long as its assigned hotkey is held. So you're probably going to have to Okay, wait a little bit, and then... Okay, wait a little bit. Roadhog gameplay coming in. I'm hooking. I'm hooking. Copium. This is gonna be Roadhog gameplay, dude. Literally gonna walk in and he's gonna vape every 1 or 2 seconds. Oh my god, I think it's gonna be hilarious to play him like that. Holy fish, dude. An option to toggle take a breather has been added on other options controls in Roadhog. Okay. Now, Roadhog, yeah, somebody in chat said Darth Vader skin. We have to have this collab. Please, Blizzard. Damage reduction decreased from 50 to 30%. It would have been insane to keep it at 50% and no longer amplifies healing received upon ending. I did not know that this was actually a thing to him, but I mean, it hasn't been meta for quite some time. Now, my thoughts on take a breather are the following. Love the fact that it's on a resource meter. It is going to be harder to play around it. Number-wise, they gotta keep this in check, but I don't think that the healing from this is actually the strong part about his kit. I think the fact that you have on a 1 second cooldown 30% damage reduction is going to be incredibly strong because you're not going to time your take a breather with the fact I'm taking damage, so I'm gonna use this. You might walk in and be like, okay, Sojin has Railgun, so I'm going to vape, for example, or Bastion has Form. I'm gonna do that to prevent the damage, not to sustain, not to heal myself from that. You know what I mean? So I think that the fact that you have 30% damage reduction once every second, if the cooldown is 1 second, is going to be insane. Now, we have to wait and see how many times can you do this in-game per team fight. You literally have a way of becoming incredibly tanky for a brief duration, and you have to learn, we're going to play against Roadhog, to maybe save your important cooldowns, important burst damage, for after he finishes using this. I hope that he still has like a small movement reduction during this. We'll see. Pigpen, this is his newest ability. This is a new ability assigned to ability 2 by default, so that should be E key by default on PC. Launch a trap that slows and damages nearby enemies. This sounds like Junkrat's trap, just buffed. Deals 60 damage when triggered and 30 damage per second in an area. 3-second duration once activated, so wait, it can do 150 damage, 40% movement slow, and cooldown is 12 seconds. Okay. I know that I'm not a big fan of crowd control in game, and Roadhog already has his hook and as a form of crowd control, and also he has his ultimate which just displaces you. This is his third form of crowd control, Big Ben. Now, on paper, it might sound underwhelming. I think in-game, it is going to be incredibly hype to stack the effects of it. Okay, so I think it's going to be, you throw this and then May slows or May walls and then somebody else comes in with some damage. It can also be used maybe as an engage tool. It can be used for Roadhog by himself. I'm super interested to see how this is going to play out, and also what functionality. How is it coded? Is it always staying on the floor if I put it like a Junkrat trap? Does it have the trajectory of an Ana nade? Like, can I throw it above a wall and catch somebody in the back? Because I think that they probably thought about this, that you will just throw the Pigpen on the bottom and then just pull them to it. But I think that more complicated usages will probably be the way to go with this ability, and not even to secure kills with hooks, but to just help your teammates capitalize on this. Literally, Roadhog has another way of engaging in team fights, I would say, other than just land a hook, which is interesting. Which is super interesting. I really want to see how this is going to play out in-game. And also, we have some bug fixes. Obviously, some shop bug fixes. Lifeweaver and Sombra and Zara bug fixes. Nothing too super game-breaking, I would say. So, all in all, my opinion on Roadhog, I think it's going to be very fun to play. I think he still has the same context as before. And we're going to see probably a lot of talk about Ana's nade being very strong against him. But I do want, again, to put accent on the fact that 30% damage reduction on 1 second on a resource meter might be a little bit too much. And also, Pigpen, we don't know how this is going to play actually in-game. Is he stronger than before? Just based on my completely uncalculated opinion on this, yes, he is. Will he be more fun than before? I think they add a lot of intricacy to his kit. He's definitely more complicated. And for me, at least, I think I'm going to enjoy playing him a lot. Please let me know in the comments what you think.